So for those who are not aware, Anna Kasparian, who is a co-host with Cenk Uygur at TYT, is also a part of this show called Her Take.
1/4
so
of Her
it's
Take
four women
under
one of them is
PBD
Jillian
network.
Michaels, and they all get together and they have
Jillian
this podcast,
is the leader,
different political ideologies,
or was,
and they just talk.
Before she quit.
Take. So it's four women. One of them is Jillian, a co-host with Cenk Uygur at TYT, is also a part of this show called Her Take.
Under PBD.
So it's four women. One of them is Jillian Michaels. And they all get together. And
Lindy
they have
Lee,
this
Amy
podcast,
Dangerfield,
different political ideologies,
Anna.
and they just talk about politics and all that type. And they all get together and they have this podcast and
this panel.
Show called Her
they
Take.
have other people
it's
on too, guests, different people. They had Dave Smith on, they had Adam Sosnick on, they had
this show called Her Take. So it's four women.
Cinema,
one of them is Jillian Michaels,
Democratic
and
politician.
They all get together and they have this podcast and it's different political ideologies and they just talk about politics and all that. Where Anna Kasparian, who is a co-host with Cenk Uygur at TYT, is also a part of this show called Her Take. So it's four women. One of them is Jillian Michaels, and they all get together and they have this podcast and it's different political ideologies, and they just talk about politics and all that type of stuff, right? So and I guess good for Anna too, like doing something else, other than like TYT, also trying to do something different. But the show is called Her Take, and they have times where they butt heads because it's four women with different political ideologies.
Anna
and
is
I'm just gonna be honest with you guys.
She's an independent now. Anna is Jillian, she's center right, I believe. Amy is right, is right wing. Lindy Lee, she was a Democrat. She was the Democratic strategist for Kamala Harris, I say. Then she switched to MAGA. She switched to conservative MAGA. Conservative Republican. She switched. I don't think her switch was sincere. She just changed opinion so quickly. It wasn't sincere to me, but if Jillian is not center right, is not if correct to me if I'm wrong when it comes to Jillian's political bent. Let me know. But the other three, I know for sure that those labels are right. Anna is independent. Amy is right wing. Lindy Lee is she's a person who grifted from the left to the right, from the left to the MAGA right.
It's because it's four women with different political ideologies. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't know if any of you have ever had a workplace environment where it's all women. I have one time, never again. It was a contract position for me, admin position, and the entire department was all women. And I got to tell you, I would never do that again. Never. Not for me, okay? No shade to, the ladies, but I can't ever do that again. But
a lot of cattiness,
this
emotion.
Particular conversation, apparently it got so heated that Jillian Michaels just couldn't take it.
Crazy. Weak.
She was triggered.
She rage quit.
Let's see what set things
Video
up.
game term, rage quit.
They're actually talking about Charlie Kirk and the whole Israel issue combined as one. And this is them here at the bottom right-hand corner, and they are watching
Anna,
what
Amy,
Patrick,
Jillian,
that David
Lindy.
says here on PBD podcast.
PBD.
And then they start to discuss it, and I just want to show you how crazy this gets.
Crazy.
The journalist behind the report accusing Bibi of offering $150 million is Max Blumenthal, a man who used to work for the Iran-backed newspaper Al Akhbar in Beirut and contributed to Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
Why is it every time we track down a lie, we end up finding people connected to Qatar or Iran?
There's no proof this ever happened.
So,
none.
Wait, how does that debunk the fact that
he
just read it?
Where's your proof that $150 million was offered from Bibi Netanyahu?
Pause. Right out the gate, Jillian is very defensive.
Yeah.
Now, we done had some things to say about Jillian before on the show. It comes across to me that she's very pro-Israel.
Yes.
But she just comes
It
out
is
the
clear.
gate pretty
It is
defensive.
evident.
Like, yeah. Like, what is happening here, okay? So, of course, she comes in and wants to defend or whatever. The little smear there that they gave about Max Blumenthal, they've tried to do this a lot where they're like, oh, these journalists, they used to work for Iran or da-da-da-da.
Qatar.
Doesn't even necessarily mean that they worked for Iran, but what they'll do is like, if you make an appearance like on Press TV, for example, okay, Press TV is in Iran. So what other podcasters, especially those that are pro-Israel, have done before in the past is they've kind of been known to smear people who go on Press TV. Because they're like, oh, that person was on Press TV. That's Iran state media. And then they'll even go as far as to say that you worked for them, right? And sometimes it's simply just writing articles. When people are independent journalists and they're on their own, they're trying to get work where they can, right?
Yep.
So sometimes maybe he wrote articles for them or something. So what?
That doesn't
What does
mean
that have
anything.
to do with Israel's genocide? What does that have
Starvation.
to do with Charlie Kirk not taking Benjamin Netanyahu
Money.
So do you see how they mix these things all in together? Back to her take. Now, Jillian is upset because it's all in together. Back to her take. Now, Jillian is upset.
Genocide of over 65K plus people now in Gaza.
So do you see how? What does that have to do with Israel's genocide? What does that have to do?
400 plus people were starved. Crazy. 400 plus people.
So do you see how they mix these things all in together? Back to her take. Now, Jillian is upset because she's like, whoa.
400 people were 400 plus people were starved to death. Have been starved to death since October 7th. Crazy. Depraved. Devilish.
They can, right? So sometimes maybe he wrote articles for them or something. Things all in together. Back to her take. Now, Jillian is upset because she's like, whoa. Where's the proof that he turned down $150,000? She comes out hot, right out the gate, fam.
No, I'm referring.
Where is the proof?
I mean,
no, because I didn't want to cover this.
I mean, to be fair to Jillian, that is a good question though. You don't want to blindly believe that you don't want to blindly believe that this money was offered. You don't want to blindly believe that, but you don't want to be blind in the other to blindly believe the opposite either. You have to be there has to be you shouldn't believe either one. You shouldn't believe either one blindly. Just wait for the facts to come out, then say something. But to blindly believe anything is really crazy.
And I told you cover this shit, I'm gonna rip you apart. Where?
And certain people either they really misunderstood or they pretended to understand what Jillian's that remark. Jillian was not referring to physical violence, to be fair to her. She meant verbal. She was referring to verbal ripping apart of Lindy Lee, not physical. So I get the people who construed it as a physical threat, but nah, that would be dumb. That would be stupid all the way. that would be clunk-ish, or that meant to say that would be harebrained and imprudent ish behavior. That would be unsagacious behavior, bro. Unsagacious ish. She wouldn't engage in that form of behavior, bro. That is dumb. That is really stupid. Yeah. Bro, yeah. Yeah, bro. People gotta chill, bro. People jump to conclusions, bro. I get it, but she meant verbal. She meant verbal.
Oh,
Where is the
Wait,
proof?
please do not get
But
into
that-
it.
but-
Because I didn't want to cover this, and you guys insisted. And I told you, you cover this shit, I'm gonna rip you apart. Where is the
Wait, please
proof?
do not get into it.
No, because I didn't want to cover this, and you guys insisted. And I told you, you cover this shit, I'm gonna rip you apart. Where?
okay. Pause right here. Why did she not want to cover it?
She's a puppet.
Because it's negativity about Israel.
Yep.
That's why she didn't want
It
to
is
cover
the truth, not even negativity. The truth.
Cover it.
I mean, yeah, it is
Because
negativity,
it's
but it is
negativity
the
about
truth.
Israel.
It is the
That's why she didn't want to cover it.
well,
The
not
woman
that,
she is speaking
not that. Not saying the offer of 150 million was true, but other things pertaining to Israel are true, but she doesn't want to hear it. Crazy, bro.
cover it. Because it's negativity about Israel. That's why she didn't want
Special
to cover it.
Israel, infallible
The woman that she's
Israel,
speaking to,
infallible
Lindy,
Israel,
Lou,
perfect
Lee,
Israel.
Whatever. This woman was a part of
Rubbish.
the Democratic Party at one
Rubbish,
point.
rubbishness, yo, rubbishness.
Cover it. Because it's negativity about Israel.
Words.
That's why she didn't want to cover it.
Goofy.
The woman
She's
that
goofy.
she's speaking
Jillian
to,
is goofy, bro.
Lindy, Lee,
Lindy Lee.
whatever. This woman was a part of like the Democratic Party
Yes,
at one
she
point.
was
worked
before
with
the
Democratic Party very
re-election
well.
of Trump.
She was one of the people that smeared Bernie
She hated
Sanders.
MAGA. She hated Republicans, but then she went to the MAGA. She went to the MAGA side after Trump won, bro. It was insincere. It really wasn't a real shift or transformation. She did it because it was the wave, bro. That is goofy. That is goofy. Doing stuff because everybody else is doing it is goofy, bro. You should do it because you really you should do things out of sincerity, bro. Not because you want approval or validation, bro. Nah, bro. F that. That is cooked all the way.
Worked with the Democratic
You
Party
will be
very
seen
well.
as corny
She was
if
one of the
you
people that smeared Bernie Sanders
do stuff to
supporters, by the
fit
way. I
in
don't know if
to
everybody remembers
be
this.
validated.
She was
Nah,
one of the
bro.
people that was doing that.
Do it because
And
you
then
really
apparently, I
want
guess,
to
she
do
had
it.
some disagreements under the Biden administration.
Because
Lindy,
you
Lee, whatever. This woman was a part of like the Democratic Party.
do it because you really wish to do this, bro. Don't do it because
That's why she didn't
don't do
want
it
to
to
cover it.
appease people, to
The woman
placate,
that she is speaking
to please
Lindy,
people, bro.
Lee,
Be
whatever.
be
This woman
sincere
was
with
a part
your
of, like, the
actions,
Democratic
bro.
Party at one point, worked with the Democratic Party very
Be
well.
be
She
real
was one
with
of the
your
people that
acts.
smeared Bernie Sanders supporters, by the way. I don't know if everybody remembers this. Worked with the Democratic Party very well. She was one of the people that smeared Bernie Sanders supporters, by the way. I don't know if everybody remembers this. She was one of the people that was doing that. And then apparently, I guess, she had some disagreements under the Biden administration. She decided to split. And then she's been going on show after show since then, talking about all these things that were happening, I guess, behind the scenes with the Democratic Party. That's where she comes.
What is this chick's name? She has her own channel now. She was in mainstream media before starting her own show. Tara Palmieri. Lindy Lee was on Tara's show. Yo, Tara, she was tough on Lindy, bro. Rightfully so. Yeah, that she did what real journalists do. They don't let stuff slide. They're not soft on people they interview, bro. If they're doing stuff that is seemingly deceitful or dishonest, yeah, bro, they're going to be tough, bro. No soft-ish, bro. You don't real journalism is not simpery or fawnery of people you interview, bro. It is being yeah, you bro. You have to be tough, bro. You have to push back when it is warranted, bro. You can't let BS slide. Just nah, bro. Nah.
Going on show after show since
So
then,
big ups
talking
to
about all
Tara
these things that were
Palmieri, bro.
happening, I guess, behind the scenes
Big
with the
ups
Democratic
to
Party.
Tara
That's where she comes
Palmieri.
from.
Big
Okay?
ups
And just
to
like
Tara
that, she gets to be
Palmieri.
a part of this project,
Facts.
this Her Take project, here with Jillian. That's where she comes from. Okay? Going on show after show since then, talking about all these things that were happening, I guess, behind the scenes with the Democratic Party. That's where she comes from. Okay? And just like that, she gets to be a part of this project, this Her Take project, here with Jillian Michaels and Anna
Amy
Kasparian. I forget the other woman's
Dangerfield, the
name.
Australian chick.
But she didn't want to talk about it because it has to deal with Israel. Yikes.
Where is the
Nuts.
proof? We're not saying that it happened. We're really not saying that it happened. $150 million.
Jillian,
Okay, so we're not. So
what we're reporting on is
now
people
there
in the
is
marketplace,
Amy.
what they're saying. This is a discussion that's happening literally everywhere. We
Yep.
would be remiss if we didn't
it's
cover it.
Yes.
this conversation. It's over a week.
Still
That
pretty prevalent.
is a week old.
It's still going on, Jillian.
Okay, well,
Facts,
now
Lindy.
where is the proof that actually
Jillian,
happened?
I just said, according
Facts,
to this
Savvy.
guy's report,
Savvy bites.
he was offered $150 million.
Okay,
that was
also
corroborated by Candace. Said, according to this guy's reporting, he was offered $150 million.
Okay,
that was
also
corroborated by
Candace.
Candace. It was corroborated by Candace, and not only that, by Nick, and also
Okay, because that, listen, I like Candace. She has, people from his own team have said he has not seen her in years.
And yet last year they were on tour together. Last year they were on tour together. He bumped that interview.
And this is why I don't want to work with only women.
Emotion, cattiness.
Yeah. Like, and I've been
The
there.
claws.
I don't know. Maybe it's
The
because
horns.
I kind of grew up as a tomboy or whatever. I
The
just expect guys
spiciness,
to
the
be
nastiness.
more, I don't know, palatable,
They get nasty.
Right? Like, I ain't got to deal with
They
all
get
that.
nasty.
Guys just say what's on their mind.
Yep.
They get it out there
Yep.
and they keep it moving.
Yep.
That works great for me because I'm very direct. All this, I'm not trying to deal with all
Goofy-ish.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
No.
Over
I
with.
can't,
Cooked.
right? So, listen, when someone is a source and they are an anonymous source, which a lot of times they are, obviously, they are not going to say, okay, well, this is my source. This is the person who gave me this information. So obviously, Max is not going to do that. The question is, though, why is Jillian so triggered?
apoplectic,
Why
livid,
does this
enraged,
woman just
angry.
do that? Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
this-
I can't.
Yeah, super quick to react angrily.
Let's just calm down. Subsequently said,
Anna,
this is
she-
not true.
No, they never.
Big ups to Anna, bro. She's trying to
All of them are like, yeah.
get them to chill, bro. To get Jillian to chill.
Subsequently said, this is not true.
No, they
It's
never.
Casper,
They actually.
COVID, Eric Balling, all of them are like, yeah.
Okay, Eric Bowling.
Subsequently said, this is not true.
No, they
It's
never.
Casper,
They actually.
COVID, Eric Balling, all of them are. Subsequently said, this is not.
Also, like, it's never.
Okay, everybody on his team.
Let's just calm down for a second.
Subsequently said, this is not true.
No, they
It's
never.
Casper,
They actually.
COVID, Eric Balling, all of them are like, yeah.
Okay, Eric Bowling thought that he had 2 daughters. Okay, so I'm not gonna.
Okay, Andrew Colvin, the narrative is
Andrew-
not true.
Andrew said.
Charlie has a cordial relationship relationship with Ackman. There's no black.
Also,
no
he said,
nothing like what Candace is suggesting.
that same Andrew said that
Okay.
Candace and Charlie remain friends. I just want to
He's saying this is not true.
But they were literally.
So she is trying to explain to Jillian, after Jillian said that Candace and Charlie haven't been friends for years, she's trying to explain to Jillian that Andrew, who was Charlie's friend, said they have been friends.
This contradicts
so she's trying to correct
Jillian's
her here, right? But
remark.
This is what happens when you're so ready to
Yep.
just go, meh,
Yep.
right? As soon as someone says something negative about Israel,
You
here
look
comes
foolish.
Jillian.
You
The
look
same
foolish. You say
Jillian
dumb stuff
who had
when
all
you're
these things to
angry
say,
and
but
over
slavery was just
emotional.
blah, 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 blah. But you say something negative about Israel.
You say
she's-
stupid stuff,
Here
yo.
comes Jillian. The same Jillian, ready to just go, meh,
Yep.
right? As
Crazy.
soon as someone says something
Goofy.
negative about Israel, here comes Jillian.
Yep.
The same Jillian
Wild.
who had all these things to say, oh, but slavery was just a blood.
He's talking about her suggesting that Israel killed him. We're talking
Right.
about 100. Please do not conflate the two. Because
Okay,
they're completely
well, unilaterally across the board now, we've got multiple accusations that all pile up to the same exact.
I think it's the furries. It's the furries. I think it's the furries.
I don't know, and I don't look.
Right.
There's those who are
We
saying
don't know.
that
Nobody
to
knows.
suggest
Oh, you're saying
guys, can we even stop for a second? This is ridiculous. Like, this whole thing is ridiculous. There are two things being conflated right now. There are conspiracy theorists who think Israel killed Charlie Kirk. They have
With
yet
no
to provide
proof,
a shred of
There
evidence
needs
proving that.
to be proof
End
We're
of
not
story.
talking
to
about this.
I am
to
talking about something entirely
substantiate the
Let
claim.
me
There needs
finish.
to be proof to substantiate the claim for sure.
But even for a second, this is ridiculous.
So the people who
It's
say
absurd.
they know for sure Israel did it.
Things being conflated right
Nah,
now.
you don't know for sure, bro.
Who think Israel killed Charlie Kirk? They have yet to provide a shred of evidence proving that. Done. End
We're
of
not
story.
talking about this.
I am talking about something.
To the people who say they know for sure Israel didn't kill Charlie Kirk, you don't know either. Y'all don't know either.
There are two things being conflated right now.
Wait for the
There are
facts
conspiracy
to
theorists
come
who think
out,
Israel killed
then
Charlie
say
Kirk.
something.
They have yet to provide a shred of evidence proving that. Done. End
We're
of
not
story.
talking about this.
I am talking about something entirely
You're talking
different.
about
No,
that.
we're not. Hold on. Oh, you let me finish my.
Again, this is why. This is why I prefer to hang out with the dudes, right?
The bros,
So
the
here's
blokes,
thing.
the chops.
Two things can be true,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
people can think or can feel or believe
yeah.
that Israel had something to do with this.
Involvement.
Some of you feel that way. We've discussed that before on the show. That doesn't necessarily make them a conspiracy theorist. You're allowed to think or believe something,
Yeah.
right? The other part, where they say, well, there's no evidence, there doesn't necessarily have to be evidence present for you to believe something. I'll use a perfect example. There are thousands and thousands of Americans that go to church every Sunday and believe in Jesus Christ. Thousands of them. But they can't see Jesus Christ. They can't touch Jesus Christ. They can't feel Jesus. Well, maybe inside you could say you can. But do you see what I'm saying? There's no physical evidence that they can tangibly hold and grab and say that Jesus is here. But you believe it.
Mm-hmm. But people have to be careful
So
though.
I
Still,
guess I just don't
I
understand.
see what Sabby's
Like,
saying,
why
but people
it's
still
so
have to be
difficult
careful.
for Jillian,
Wait for the
of all
facts.
people
Wait
to
for the
believe,
facts.
right?
Wait for the facts,
So
yo.
Jillian can have an issue. Just don't understand, like, why it's so difficult for Jillian, of all people, to believe that, right? So I guess I just don't understand, like, why it's so difficult for Jillian, of all people, to believe that, right? So Jillian can have an issue with
Yeah.
the article. Maybe she
Yeah.
disagrees. Maybe she's like, well, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can feel that way. But the amount of hostility
Yeah.
that she had right off
It's
the
crazy.
bat, that
It's
tells me
wild.
something deeper.
Yeah.
That tells me something else about Jillian.
Yep. Facts. Facts.
Now, Anna is trying to finish her point here.
No, and I don't look. There are those who are saying evidence to suggest
Right.
Okay, you're saying
I agree.
Stop for a second.
But the nastiness, or not the nastiness, but
There are
the
two things being
hostleness
conflated right
is crazy though.
Can we stop for a second? This is ridiculous. Like, this whole thing is ridiculous. There are two things being conflated right now.
Yep.
Can we stop for a second? This is ridiculous. No, and I don't look. There are those who are saying evidence to suggest none. Okay, you're saying Can we stop for a second? This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous for sure.
There are two
I
things
agree.
being conflated right now. There are conspiracy theorists who think Israel killed Charlie Kirk. They have yet to provide a shred of evidence proving that. Done. End of story.
Yep.
I am talking about something entirely different. Hold on. Let me finish my fucking thought. Okay? The real issue here is that before most people even knew that Charlie Kirk was dead, you have Netanyahu giving multiple interviews.
Netanyahu.
Using the fucking moment for his own political purposes, like the fucking fool.
Yep. Creedon. Devil.
Nah. So here's the thing.
Yeah, Anna, she's cooking, bro.
Using the fucking moment
Yeah.
for his own political purposes. Like
She's one of the greatest people when it comes to this subject, for sure.
So
It
here's the
is
thing.
not even a
Two
debate,
things
bro.
can be true at the same time. What they were talking about in the beginning.
fucking
Nah. So here's the thing.
Using the fucking moment for his own political purpose.
Yep.
People even knew that Charlie Kirk was dead.
Netanyahu, he's slimy, bro. He's slimy. He's a slimy dude. He's a slimy chap, yo.
For his own political purposes, like the fucking
Blighter.
Nah. So here's the
Kerr.
thing.
Villain.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Bozo.
What they were
Bozo.
talking about in the beginning was not taking the money from Netanyahu, that he was offered money from Netanyahu.
150
Okay.
mil.
That's what that was about.
150
and then it kind of spiraled
mil.
into this whole thing. So it's like, it could be true that Israel did not have anything to do with the death of Charlie Kirk. It could also be true that
Both.
maybe Israel did have something to do with that.
Both are
But it can
possible.
also be
But
true.
we have to
and
wait.
it is
We
true
must
that
wait.
Benjamin Netanyahu jumped on corporate news
Yep.
right
Media.
after Charlie Kirk died and started doing like this media tour of Israel had nothing to do with this. Hello? Very weird.
Crazy.
Very, very weird.
Yeah.
Also very weird that I told you before that he was so invested in an American podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the leader of another country going on to Western news to talk about a letter that was written to him from Charlie Kirk, which he does not show you, jumps out front and says Israel didn't have anything to do with it? That is weird and that is bizarre.
Yeah.
So two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, Netanyahu's behavior has been weird and questionable
Words.
around this particular situation. And yes, true that there's no evidence that has been presented, no physical
At the
evidence that has
current
been presented
moment.
that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. So two things can be true at the same time.
Yes.
But it seems like Jillian seems to be focused on, well, they mentioned that he denied money from Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay, that can also be true. All three of these things can be true at the same time.
Words.
And that's the problem. The problem is, it seems like a lot of times, especially in these spaces, it seems like everything has to be either this way or that way. And
Binary.
there's no in between. Or there's no two things can be true at the same time. And it seems like to me, I think that's what they're trying to explain to Jillian.
Yes.
If she would just calm down.
Yes.
And she doesn't seem to want to hear it. And that's why I think this is why Anna is so upset.
No Jillian Michaels should be her name, bro. No Jillian Michaels. No Jillian Michaels.
Two things can be true at the
Bars.
same time.
She has no chill,
And
bro.
it seems like to me, I think that's what they're trying to explain.
Super
to Jillian.
emotional.
If she
Crazy.
would be in these spaces, it seems like everything has to be either this way or that way. And there's no in between. Or there's no two things can be true at the same time. And it seems like to me, I think that's what they're trying to explain to Jillian. If she would just calm down, and she doesn't seem to want to hear it. And that's why I think this is why Anna
Intransigent.
is so
Intransigent.
upset.
Intransigent. Immovable. Stubborn. Immovable. Crazy.
It seems like to me, I think that's what they're trying to explain to Jillian.
No,
If
yeah.
she would just calm down.
No
And
willingness
she doesn't seem
to
to want to hear it.
listen,
And
yo.
that's why I think this is why Anna is so upset.
Yes, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Anna is livid.
I am talking about something entirely different.
So upset.
They have yet
Word.
Doesn't seem to want to hear it, and that's why I think this is why Anna is so upset.
They have yet to provide a shred of evidence proving that.
Word.
And we're not talking about this. I am talking about something entirely different. Hold on. Let me finish my fucking thought. Okay? The real issue here is that before most people even knew that Charlie Kirk was dead, you have Netanyahu giving multiple interviews talking about how, using the fucking moment for his own political purposes, like the fucking fool that he is. Let me finish my point. Him killing Charlie Kirk. Did I not just said that? I literally
So now we're just gonna make
let me finish my point, Jillian, because none of us can finish the damn point without someone else jumping down your throat.
Word.
I don't think that Israel killed him because there's no evidence of that. But I had a problem with Netanyahu exploiting an assassination in this country for his own political means and purposes. And lying about the nature of his relationship with Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk didn't like Netanyahu. Just like any warm-blooded American shouldn't.
Word.
Netanyahu is a bad guy.
A war criminal. A genocidaire. A true genocidaire, bro. 65K plus people got killed. They said over 80%, they said 83% plus were innocent people, bro. Or innocent children, one of the two. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Facts.
It seemed like, no, we were all great. We were good. We had a great relationship.
Hold on,
y'all. We know behind the scenes.
I don't know how every show ends up being about how do we bash Israel. This is not for me. I'm not interested in this.
Okay, I know. I know.
Sorry.
Let's be good. Let's be good about precious Israel. Let the country commit a genocide. Yeah. Okay.
Zero. I think you guys fundamentally disagree with you about every show doing this. I'm sorry.
Cool. So can we continue the conversation?
Yeah. Let's.
Hold on. What, y'all went to the store again? Yeah.
Shouldn't. Netanyahu was a bad guy. And he wanted to make it seem like, no, we were all great. We were good. We had a great relationship. Little did we know behind the scenes, there was a lot of pressure toward
ends up being about how do we bash Israel. This is not.
Nah.
I'm not interested in this.
Yo, she's quitting. She's walking away, bro.
Precious Israel. Let the country commit a genocide. Yeah. Okay.
Zero. I think you guys fundamentally disagree with you about every show.
This is weakness, bro.
Cool.
This is
So
weakness.
can we continue the conversation?
Yeah. Let's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
Crazy, yo. She said on Tatum's show that she will no longer participate in the panels or the show, bro, because of this.
So can we continue
Because they constantly discuss Israel. She
Bye, Felicia.
She doesn't want to hear the truth any. She is tired of hearing the truth, bro. When it comes to Israel, it is crazy.
We gotta drop the pressure.
She
beat,
told.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. She said Anna is going down a rabbit hole, a little bit of a rabbit hole. Or going down the rabbit hole a little bit or something like that, bro. Yo, Jillian, she's bugging. Jillian, she's wild, bro. Nah, Anna, she's being reasonable, bro. Sensible, but you hate the truth. It is what it is. Don't be manipulative, Jillian. It is goofy. It is whack. It is terrible. Trashy. Trash. Yeah. F you, Jillian, you suck.